Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Wilson Pun. I am the managing attorney for Pun & Associates, and we practice primarily real estate law. Today I have here as my guest Joselyn Wang, who I will let introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Joselyn Wang. I'm the broker for CPRE Elite. Very happy to be here working with Wilson to talk about some real estate related issues. Hi Wilson.
Hey Joselyn, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Very excited. All right, so shall we get into the topics for today?
Yes, let's dive right in.
So what are some common pitfalls first-time homebuyers should avoid?
So some common pitfalls first-time home buyers should avoid, the first one being not getting pre-approved for a mortgage. So when you go shopping for a new home, if you're not pre-approved for a mortgage, you don't really know what your budget is, how much you're able to afford when you're buying a home, and then when you make an offer on a property, and even if it's accepted, if you're not going to be able to get financing, it ends up being a waste of everyone's time. So getting that done ahead of time is going to be beneficial to everyone involved in the long run.
Yes, another one I think is underestimate the cost of ownership. For example, how much is maintenance, how much is the common charges, how much is the real estate taxes for condo or houses. You have to realize how much money you have versus how much money you have to be spending every month. And moving on, all that need to be calculated very carefully.
Definitely. And just to add to that point as well, we're seeing as another trend that I've been seeing lately is that with condos, for example, or even HOAs that are very popular across America, you buy a property, you expect a certain amount allocated to the budget, but what a lot of people overlook is the fact that those common charges may increase and may increase at a rate faster than you expect. So for example, if they need to budget and repairs a certain year, or there were damages to the road a certain year in your HOA, they may have special assessments that increase your monthly payments more than what you expect. So it's very important that you review your HOA or your condo's budget and spending to make sure you allocate or expect any potential increases to that common charge.
Another thing I have to point out is that you don't want to skip home inspection, because sometimes maybe there's some repairs that you did not see before you purchase, and later on you need to spend a lot more money making it livable. So that could be extra cost for first-time home buyers.
Definitely.
What are some current real estate market trends regarding rising property values?
Okay, so some current real estate trends regarding rising property values. Something we've touched on in the past is obviously going to be inflation. Year after year, we're going to have a certain fixed inflation rate where the property value and everything across the board increases by percentage, whether it's a lower inflation rate or it's going to be around 2%, or what we've seen recently, it could be as high as 5, 6, 7%. That's going to really go into everything across the board, including home ownership and home prices. So home prices will rise, in lockstep with what we see in inflation.
So definitely, that's a great point. Property value definitely continue to rise due to inflation. I think also has something to do with the post-pandemic people's psychology. So we see a lot of urban area getting super popular. It's due to very limited supplies and just a great deal of demand. So a lot of people, buyers, they end up over bidding each other in order to get a house they like.
Yeah, definitely that's so.
What is the primary purpose of a home inspection, and why is it considered a crucial step in the home buying process?
So the primary purpose of a home inspection, of course, it is going to be crucial to the home buying process, because as a purchaser, you want to ensure the house that you're buying not only is great from a first appearance visually, but you want to make sure that there aren't problems with what you can see with the naked eye. So you bring in a specialist, a professional, to inspect and look at the property for you. So
with the trained eyes, they can see, the foundation, the roofings, and they see what you don't see. So it's very important, especially buying a house, to have a professional inspector to help you. In terms of condos, apartments, sometimes maybe it's okay to save on that. I feel, with condo and co-op, you pretty much see what you see. Maybe an experienced broker can help you save on that inspection cost.
What are the typical upfront costs associated with buying a home, and how can they vary based on location and property type?
Estimating costs of home ownership, from what I've seen, the most basic factors are, of course, the purchase price, how much looking to put down. So typically, we see a purchaser, they're looking to put down 20% of down payment. The rest, they'll usually get financing for. So that would be your typical first-time home buyer. Of course, that can vary if you want to put down 30, 40, 50%. Then your monthly principal and interest payments will just differ based on how much you put down.
Yeah, so I think for a lot of Asian buyers, they're looking for a very, they call that like good school zones, school district. So for those areas, usually their property tax a lot higher because a big chunk of school funding is coming from property taxes. So for you to own a home in a good school zone, school district, you expect the real estate tax to be a lot higher.
What documents and information are typically required for mortgage pre-approval?
Okay, regarding mortgage pre-approval, while I definitely advise you speak with a mortgage broker or your lender to get more in-depth details, typically what they look for is they want to take a look at your tax returns, they want to take a look at your current income, they want to take a look at how much you're looking to borrow and make sure that your current income and your payments will be enough to sustain the payments that you need on your mortgage. So they take a look at and keep all that in mind, and they go through underwriting and make sure you can afford the amount of home you're looking to do.
Yeah, and I want to chime in the importance of getting a pre-approval letter before you even start your home viewing, because especially in this market, you can control the amount of cash buyers out there that you have to compete against. At least you are ready, and you show your seller that, okay, this is how much I can borrow, this is how much I have in the bank, and this is how much I can afford. So with that, along with your offer, it makes it a lot more sincere, and it's more likely for the seller to entertain your offer.
Definitely. All right, so that wraps it up for today. Thank you all for joining us on this lovely discussion. It was great having Joselyn Wang here once again, give us some very great pointers and advice. Joselyn, how can we reach out to you? Do you have any social media or contact information you want to let everyone know? So if they are interested in buying or selling a home, that they can definitely reach out to you for more questions.
Yes, our company CPRE has social media across the board, including Instagram, TikTok, and some Chinese social media, Xiaohongshu and WeChat. So feel free to reach out for any further questions you might have.